Hi guys, another episode of Football Manager 2019, a new episode and some new signings to go along with it. So we have finalised a couple of signings here. I was going to sim a little bit further forward, however, we have signed a couple of pretty great players. So welcome to the club, Ryan Christie and Vagnoman. Ryan Christie, I mentioned in the last episode that we were taking a look at potentially as a winger. He can also play centre mid and striker as well, so he'll be a great addition to the club. And Vagnoman, who is a fullback, can play on either side or in the middle, which is great, exactly what we needed, especially for left back cover. I know he's right footed, but I think he would do the job in there, and he also covers as a right back as well, so I'm hoping that the two of them can become some pretty big players for us. The only thing is that our team played that well in the last game that we'll need to figure out how they fit in, whether they start on the bench and come on and see how they get on, or whether we just throw them in at the deep end and see what happens. So we're just going through the press conference for the signing of the two of them at the moment. Okay, so we are quickly approaching the next game against Braunschweig in the German Cup. That'll be an interesting game, especially as the German Cup is also a competition that we could perhaps have a few upsets, and it's something that maybe we could be one of those underdogs who could go quite far in the competition. We're still getting regular scouting updates from our scouts. We still have a fair bit of money left over. We didn't spend too much money on the two of them. Ryan Christie, the most expensive, it's £7 million, but I think his stats overall, great dribbling, pace, passing's not bad, long shots are quite good. I think that's something that will pay off in the long term. And Vagnoman, we've signed him for an initial £5 million, with £4.5 million coming in after amount of games as well. So we do still have cash to spend if we really want to. 11 million in the bank, with 132,000 still in the wage budget as well. What I want to really do is just reevaluate the entire squad and just see where we're still lacking, where we still need players in. I think obviously goalkeeping we're fine. We've got Horn and Kessler there as the backup. Centre backs is maybe somewhere we want to look at, but we've also got players like Sorensen, Mayer, Sobek, who's been on the bench, Bisek, who's a young player, so he's got a good bit of potential, as does Adair, but he's a right back. James Horn can play centre back. Gichos can play centre back as well. So I'm not too sure about that. In terms of centre mid, perhaps we could sign a good quality centre mid to bring in, but we've also got Koziello and Ozcan, who both have quite decent potential, as you can see. As well as obviously Didier and Dong, who had a great first game. Hauptmann in there as well, who's got okay potential. So we'll certainly see George Mayer doing well in training. That's what I like to see. Braunschweig. I don't know an awful lot about Braunschweig. But another signing coming in. It's a free agent this time, and a very young player who won't necessarily make an appearance for the first team straight away. And Kunzu, young French midfielder, I believe he is. Leicester beat Man City 3-2. So Kunzu, my scouting reports were telling me he's got better potential than that, so that's a wee bit disappointing. He's a left back, sorry, not a midfielder. 6 foot, I mean, decent physicals, good tackling, 14 tackling, so maybe he can make that step up. But however, for now he will be in the under 19s. We'll send the assistant to the press conference. I think after a while press conferences can become just a little bit repetitive, so it's not something that we will be doing too often. Perhaps before some big games, if we get some big draws in the cup, if we do manage to get past Braunschweig here, then perhaps we will do the press conferences for those. So what we'll do is, on the day of the match, in the team selection sheet, or probably today actually, because up, we'll take a look at Christie and Wagnerman's fitness levels, just to see if they are ready to make that step up. So Drexler hasn't been having the best start, so I'm thinking Christie could probably go in for him. Christie is left-footed, so he probably slot in quite well into there. And Wagnerman, who is a right back and centre back, how does he compare to Schmitz, for example? So physical, speed, vision, technical and aerial, Wagnerman's better in. So he is more of a kind of attacking wing back type player. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll actually give the two of them their debut starting, but we'll make sure that we've got Schmitz and Drexler on the bench just in case it doesn't quite go to plan. In fact, Schmitz had quite a good game in the last game. That's a decision between him and Chichos. I think we'll keep it this way for now. And then if needed, we can always switch Wagnerman onto the left, take Chichos out, or maybe move him into the centre of defence. I was really impressed with Simon Zoller in the last match. I feel as if he done a cracking job, so we will be looking to keep him up front at the moment. Bringing in Christie is obviously something huge for Zoller as well, simply because if a winger's tired, we don't need to bring off to move Zoller onto the wing, because we do have that an additional winger as backup. Something that you would have seen in the last match. Of course, this is when my game decides that it needs to save. Just whilst this is saving, if you have been enjoying my first ever series of Football Manager on YouTube, then please like, subscribe, leave your comments as to what you think of the series so far and what you think of Football Manager 2019 in general. Press conferences. Okay, so we're away to Braunschweig. Braunschweig are... oh, they're actually in the 3rd division by the looks of it. So we should be able to coast by them quite easily. Great issues there as well, as you could have seen in that previous screen. So Schmitz is in there. Yellow. Drexler isn't on there, which is surprising. Two strikers in there, which we don't necessarily need, so I'm going to take off Cordoba and we'll put Drexler in there. Squad number will have to be given to Ryan Christie. I thought I'd already done that. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. Need to take someone else's number. I just took one of the youth players' numbers off them and gave it to Ryan Christie, so he'll play in the number 44 shirt. Let me see. Assertive. Yep, just tell him to carry on from the last match. Just gonna hype them up a little bit, just so that they have a positive attitude. And we're off. So I think we might see another big scoreline here. I think that the quality that we've got in comparison to Braunschweig is quite resounding. I'm maybe kicking myself after the match if they manage to upset us. However, I don't necessarily see that happening just now. Ozcan fires it wide there. Sorensen seems to be playing as like a fullback almost. This last couple of attacks that we've done, he's been quite high up the pitch, which is strange considering he's a centre back. I think it might be because he's on throw-ins. I think that might be the issue. So we'll need to take a look at that for the next episode. So far 3 shots to our 1 shot. 3 shots to their 1 shot. Still quite high on fills. 5 fills so far in 24 minutes. First yellow card there. They have been a lot more attacking and in better control than what I thought they would. Christie's off on a solo run just now. Zoller coming close just over the bar there. Yatta seems to have picked up a knock. These situations like that it's great that we've now got that backup for the wingers. For example, Yatta here, who seems to have picked up a knock. If he needs to come off, then we now have someone there. It looks as if he does need to come off. We'll take him off at half time. I think Wagnerman might have picked up a knock as well. Okay guys, half time. We will take Yatta off and we will put on Drexler and then Drexler and Christie. I think Drexler performs better on the left, so we'll move Christie out onto the right. Wagnerman should be okay for the first 15-20 minutes of the second half. And we'll go from there. I want to be aggressive with him, mainly because it's not been good enough so far. We're still 0-0 against a team a division below us, which isn't great considering we're supposed to be one of the best teams in our division. Joss and Ndong both with a yellow card. Christie picks it up. Oh, Ozcan. So we are getting the shots, just none on target and no goals so far, which isn't what we want to see. We're going to take Wagnerman off. I think that knock is just getting the better of him just now. Everyone else should be good. However, I think we're going to take off Ndong as well, mainly because he is on that yellow card. I can't really risk him getting another. 7 shots now to their 1. We really should have been performing better than this. However, it does happen. Ozcan, Drexler, Chicho swings it in. Zoller. I mean, what can we do? We've clearly got a better team. We're getting shots, just not on target. If I had an extra sub, then I would potentially take Zoller off. However, not really much I can do just now. Let's give them a shout. Let me show some passion. Sorensen picks it up. Lemon, Ozcan, Zoller. On the counter attack now, but can't really do anything with it. That's good that the body language actually does get updated with shouts now. It did kind of work in Football Manager 2018, however it seems to be working a lot better on this version of the game. So it is to extra time now then. What can I say? We just haven't been good enough at all. Hopefully that little team talk there can get them fired up and we can get a winner in extra time. Wondering if Zoller is just lacking a bit of, I was going to say pace, but his acceleration 16. Minutes in extra time is still nothing. I've got a feeling this is going to penalties, guys. It really shouldn't be, but what am I to do? I don't feel as if Christie's done enough on that wing. Wagnerman didn't really do much as well. It is their debuts and the whole team isn't performing well, so we'll take it with a pinch of salt. But overall the team should be performing better. Christie, Drexler, Lehmann, Christie, Zoller. Not good so far, guys, not good. Drexler. We're definitely dominating now. I think it might be... Oh, Christie with his debut goal for FC Koln. Chichos, it was a hell of a cross. I don't think anyone was expecting that. Right to the back post where Christie nods at home. Not exactly where I was expecting him to get his first goal from, but we will certainly take it, especially when it looked possible that they were going to upset us in this competition. I think once Christie settles in, I think he will be a cracking player for us. Him and Yata, I'm thinking, are going to be our two main wingers. Now you guys may think that I'm just a wee bit biased towards Christie because he's a Scottish player who used to play for Celtic, but I say used to because obviously he signed for FC Koln in our save now. But from the players that we scouted for the wing, Christie was probably getting the best feedback from the scouts in terms of his ability and what he can do in the ball, so made sense at the time. The amount of players that are willing to come to a Bundesliga 2 team, no matter if it's FC Koln or not, is quite limited, so we can only work with what we get. There we go, guys. Full time whistle, 1-0. Ryan Christie with a header on his debut. So that is not exactly the result that we were looking for, but we'll take it. A win is a win. Yata's injured 1 to 2 days. Wagnerman's injured 1 to 2 days. Christie scores in his debut. We receive £125,000 for that win, so that's not bad. Send the assistant. Now, one thing I haven't really gone over in this version of Football Manager is the finances. Now, for a team like FC Koln, who technically are rich for the division that they're in, I think it's important, especially if we are going to try and get up to the Bundesliga at first time of trying and keep ourselves there. So we've got 58 million in the bank just now. It seems to be on an upward trajectory, so that's exactly what we're looking for. If we can continue building that over the season, it means that we will have a decent transfer budget for next season, hopefully when we are in the Bundesliga. But that's where we'll finish it for today, guys. If you have enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.